if you have known the point 1, 4 on the original function, y equals fx, you want to figure out the corresponding image points on the transformed function y equals 3f negative 4 x plus 1 minus 2. That is say, you want to figure out these points, image point on the transformed function. Okay. According to the previous knowledge, the first step, you must figure out what is A, what is K, what is D, and the corresponding C. Okay, we have known the standard form of the transformed function should be like this: y equals A times f k x minus d plus c. Okay, you can compare the specific transformed function with the standard expression of the transformed function. You can easily figure out the corresponding values of A, K, D, and C. Okay, in this question, A equals 3, K equals negative 4, D equals negative 1. Okay, here you must be careful. Here it is plus, but the standard expression here should be minus, so plus 1 should be transformed to minus negative 1, so here D should be negative 1. Next, C should be negative 2, because here should be plus, but here in this question it is minus, so we need to transform this into plus negative 2, so C equals negative 2. Okay, if you can figure out the corresponding values A, K, D, and C, you can gradually locate the corresponding image points according to the following steps. First, you must be careful. The orders should be following the next steps. First, you must transform the original function according to A and K before D and C. You can reverse the orders A and D, but you cannot reverse the orders AK and D and C. That you say, these two transformations must happen before these two parameters. Okay, here A equals 3, K equals negative 4. That you say, from this point, negative 1, 4, if we transform this function to 3 fx, here 3 is A, so this point, the corresponding image point on this graph should be 1, 12. That you say, the x-coordinate should be kept unchanged. You just need to amplify y-coordinate by the factor A. So the y-coordinate will become 12. Okay, next, on this function, right, here k equals negative 4. So negative form meaning you must reflect the graph over y-axis. So here k equals negative 4, so 1 over k's absolute value equals 1 over 4. This number should be the factor if you want to transform this function into this function. So you need to follow the next step, that you say the y-coordinate should be kept unchanged, but you need to, according to this factor, to horizontally compressed the x coordinate. So it should be 1 over 4. But we must reflect the graph, the point over y-axis. So the corresponding x coordinate should be negative 1 over 4, comma, 12. So this point on this function. Next, we need to transform the function according to D and C. That is say, on this function, the corresponding image point of this point should be this point. That is say, the y-coordinate should be kept unchanged, but we need to move this x-coordinate to the left side because D is a negative number, so this point should be negative 5 over 4. This x-coordinate should be changed to this value. So it should be negative 5 over 4. Okay. And after this, we can transform these points according to this parameter. So on the final transformed function, the corresponding image point of this point should be this point. That is to say, the x-coordinate should be kept unchanged, but we need to move the y-coordinate downwards by 2 units. So 12 minus 2, it should be 10. So the corresponding y-coordinate should be these points. Okay, these points should be the image points of the original point on the original function. This is the transformed function. These points, its image should be these points. Okay, from the whole process, you will find out from this to this. We need to vertically stretch the graph. From this one to this one, you need to horizontally compress this graph to this graph. From this graph to this graph, you just need to horizontally translate this graph to the left side by 1 unit. This graph should be translated downwards by 2 units because C is a negative number. So we can get its transformed graph, that is say, this graph. Okay, for the original point on the original function, its image point on the transformed function should be this point. That's it.